said, no, I can't take a chance on it. You bringing 100 bags of sugar at a time back up in, and he wouldn't do it. I kept going by. One day I caught him pretty well lit that evening after they got quit work. And he said, George, what do you think? He talked to his bookkeeper.
Is that George
McNeil.
McNeil?
He said, George, what do you think? He says, think we ought to give Cornell a chance on it. He said, well, whatever you want to do, if you want to take a chance. He said, never forget. He said, give him an order to, there to Billups and Billups. That's the brokers in Mobile, for a carload of sugar. And I never brought anything back. And Nick Grant, never forget it. We'd go down, and I had to have something to cover it up with. Of course, it hadn't been raining during that summertime, and it hadn't been raining. It was dry. But anyways, we went to Rips and Rip. I never will forget it there in Mobile.
Rips and what?
Rips and Rip. And we go down there, it's a surplus store like, and I wanted to buy a tarpaulin. And I got two, we went tarpaulin this, from the Navy or Army kit things, you know, but I could cover it up with it, you know. I bought those. And 4, 6, 7. No, but anyways, and I got that load of sugar there. And I had a flatbed, and it was flat where a whole cotton. I didn't have any side, but I had two 2x4s. Well, there's about a 2x4 down where I could load my cotton, so it would go in like this. So I put the sugar, and I stacked so many bales and a sugar, and I'd come right up to the, so make one right down the middle. Then I could have a tarpaulin. Then I could, but I was wondering how I was going to keep the sugar in there. I had pretty good luck. And I finally got a tarpaulin, and Pete Beers, his daddy was president of the First National Bank, and that summer he was working for me. And I got a tarpaulin in, but we had to nail it on the bottom to keep the sugar from falling off. And we were trying to, we was on the way back, and coming from Citronelle, Alabama, over to the state line. It was 45 miles there, nothing but dirt road. And boy, it looked like it was going to rain, and I was trying to make all the time I could do that before it rained, you know. You couldn't. And that sugar, we hit those places, and I lost 5 sacks of sugar. It was $5. It wasn't but $5 a sack. 5 cents a hundred. $4 a sack, what it was. And it crawled up to the front, you know, it all come back, and I lost about. And I told Pete to get back on his back.
You did that for you, so bad.
No, it was Pete Beers. He's a millionaire, son. And they own it. His daddy owned some of the bank there. But anyways, he went to school at Annapolis. He finished school there. And he said, Homer, I'm going to show you. He said, I can see it. He said, I can see Cornet trucking line. Flashing up, trucks everywhere. No, the kid could see. I could see Cornet trucking lines, trailers, flashing lights there, Cornet trucking line. That kid could see it. And I couldn't believe it. And it happened, like he said, well, it didn't happen to me. I sold out. But after they tore up all the roads in Mississippi and Alabama and Louisiana and everywhere, and I went through that and got stuck and cost me a young fortune. But anyways, that kid could see it. And he was now Peter Q, you talk about that colored boy, he was treated so bad.
They treated that black man so bad, every one of them was going to go, you know.
Yeah. Leroy's already asked him to, God to forgive him for it.
I ain't so sure God's going to forgive him for what he did to Peter Q.
Well, you was pretty bad too.
I was not,
But if
I was,
you
I
go out,
was
you
good
go up
at
that,
that boy.
you go up at the garage and you take a bath before you come in here, and I'm not gonna feed you nothing.
Well, you smell so bad, homie, I get
I
sick
know
of
he
the
did,
smell.
but
I
Leroy
had
wouldn't
to
let
make him
him,
get bad.
Leroy couldn't let him ride in the cab. Cause little puke smell so bad, Leroy put him on the back of the truck.
You can't do it, you get sick of your stomach, you start vomiting.
Well, I know that's what,
right
now,
now.
you would too, Leroy
I
would
would
too.
not, I just told him to go take a bath. I didn't get up with him.
I don't know how that for next
Why
year.
didn't y'all give him some deodorant?
Huh?
Well, it may have been.
Oh, well, you just treat him, work him to death, just work him to death.
That's what fit me.
And he drank, see, he loved to drink. I can just hear his. The cops got him.
What, his name, Peter
They'd put him in jail, but they'd let him out for drinking. He wouldn't hurt nobody. The cop said, he is just, man, he's just coming down the street.
He was so
It
humble,
don't
so
mean a
happy.
thing if you haven't
Ain't
got that swing.
He was such a good old
Oh,
man.
he was so good. Oh, I tell you, I think about it a lot about it.
Well, you think about a lot of them that you worked on time ago and tried. but they just-
Lord have mercy, how many
All they were
Oh.
waiting for was Friday night to get a check, get drunk on Saturday.
Honey, they didn't get to go check on Friday night. They worked
Saturday
Saturday.
morning.
Saturday evening, they got in, they got the cash. We operated cash. You didn't know they wouldn't take a check, though, it didn't bounce.
Never put your lotion on him. No, ma'am.
I love
Put on
such
some
a-
water.
No, I'm glad,
I
Don, I hope and pray that nobody ever see nothing like we saw on 29, 30
I
on.
put on this morning, Mark.
You just don't know. I've seen the time, honest, down, we lived in this, a home, we had a, down to Chicago, about lot furniture company, yeah, we was living, they were living there then. I used to come in at,
Seafood, peanuts,
at night,
milk,
and I'd
peanut
walk,
butter, or anything
well,
to do,
walk back in the room,
ice cream,
HL, Charlie,
Otherwise, anything's made with milk.
Robert Mack,
milk, seafood, peanuts,
Was little.
oats, cheese, and cheese.
and I tell you,
Corn.
I wonder sometimes where
Well, tell me about it when we
next
get
week was
breakfast
coming
in the
from.
morning.
Honest, I didn't let her know anything, I didn't let her know anything about it.
She
But-
does real well. I think she's gonna end up growing up.
This show, they had this show, and it was just like me. I coulda wrote the show for 'em. It happened to me just like this show they had about this guy in the trucking business, and they was repossessing his equipment. One night, I had 3 trucks loaded. 1 for Meridian, 2 for Birmingham, I believe it was. Came out of Columbia from Dorgan back to Phillips, coming in with case goods going to Birmingham. And this guy with International Harvesting Company, they came in that afternoon and to repossess the equipment. So I go down to Mr. Cressman, the Continental Turpentine Company, where I hauled a lot of turpentine and Ross to Mobile. And I had to have some money, but I couldn't get it today afternoon. He was tough, he was too smart, but he's smart. But I figured I could out talk him, and I could go through it with Miss Christmas. And so, that night they came in. I then lost my car, and didn't have no car. And office uptown there close from the Modern Laundry. 2 of them that evening, and they wanted to know what kind of equipment we. I said, now they out now. What kind they be? I don't know. And so I said, you just have to wait and see until they get it. And I knew I had those trucks loaded, and I had to get them unloaded. So I closed the office, and I went around to Stroud Steve that night. Stroud, and I'd give him that business he had. I sold it to him, give it to him for nothing. And I went around to his office and I told him what was happening. And I said, they out. I got 3 of them. And I said, I got to get out there and get in touch with them and let them go around out in the country and park out there, out in the country, towards Mobile, you know. come from Meridian, go around, all gravel road and dirt. But, and go out there and park.
I'm just trying to